What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be working on my daily driver, my S14 here. Now, if you don't know this car, well, yeah, it's given me a bit of issues. So this car was never meant to be my daily, and I've been dailying it for a couple of months now. I do have a work ute as well, but yeah, this has been daily duties for a bit, and it never intended on being a daily car. Now, if you remember when I first got this car, we bought it off an elderly guy called John, and we were going to do it up, which we still are going to do. But this car needs a respray really badly. It needs a lot of other things that I was going to do before I brought it back on the road. But for now, I'm just leaving it stock as it is. But there's one problem about having a stock car, and that is driving it. It is boring. So today in this video, I'm going to show you how we can make this car a little bit more fun to drive while doing daily duties, because right now it is very quiet, and I would like to change that. So how are we going to do that, you ask? Well, I'm going to do that in the cheapest way possible, and that is by buying a few things from Bunnings. So we're going to block the blow-off valve today, and a common way that I've always done it is with a door stopper. So I thought this was common knowledge, but apparently not, because we did this on TJ's car at Ebisu, and he was quite surprised.
What factory part? Yeah, it's not a factory part. You said it's a door stopper?
It's a door stopper.
Yeah, so...
That's right, a door stopper. So this is the rubber door stopper that's similar. Normally you can get different little nubby ones, but I'm going to cut this one down, see if it works, and then I've got a few other things here. This will be for another vacuum line. This is a coolant fitting there. These, because I wasn't sure which one is going to fit into the intake, so I got that, and then I got this other plug. These are all from Bunnings, and a lot of it's in the plumbing section. So this here cost me $15, and that is purely because this one alone, $8.90, because I tried to be bougie and get this nice door stopper, but I wasn't sure where it went, so I didn't put it back. But anyway, we're going to see if we can use this regardless. So if we didn't get that, it was only going to be, what's that, $1.80, $1.50, $1.13, so it's only going to be about $5. And then I ruined that by getting this expensive one. So we'll see if we can get this to work. If not, whatever. But I guess I just want to show you in this video that with just a few simple, cheap things, you can make your car a lot more enjoyable, hopefully. So let's get to it. I'm going to go through everything that you need to do to block your blow-off valve, or your stock bypass valve, on a completely stock S chassis. So this is with a VCT SR20. And as you can see, it still has all of the stock crossover pipe, etc. and airbox. Now, to get a better induction noise, you can change to a pod filter, something like this, which I will probably do, but for now I just wanted to show you that you could do this simple mod and get extra sounds just with a couple of dollars. So what we're going to need to do here is this crossover pipe that goes into your factory bypass valve, which is located near the battery. We are going to take this out, and this is where we're going to put either this, or this to block in there. And then using our door stopper here, we're going to hopefully get this to fit over this. Then we'll have this blocked, that blocked, then this can come off completely, and then we've got this vacuum. There's a vacuum line in here, which then we shall put this little nub on to block as well. And then that shall allow the system to be completely blocked and give it a little flutter from our little factory turbo hiding away there. And you might go, oh, but it doesn't have a front mount intercooler, it mustn't be turbo. Yeah, well, this is very, very stock and quite rare to see. This has still got a factory side mount intercooler, so all S chassis came with a factory side mount intercooler. I believe Skylines did too, and a lot of other Nissans. And when I had this thing and it was stock, a lot of people, well, I mean, stock when it had an SR, because it would also used to look exactly like this. A lot of people would tell me my car wasn't turbo because it was a spec S, blah, blah, blah. Well, it was actually factory turbo, so there you go. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping and seeing if I can pull this car apart. I'm going to take the battery out first. This will allow us space to get in here, rip this out, and I can give you a better understanding of what needs to be done. So now that I've taken the battery out, I can give you a better idea of what the factory bypass valve looks like. And as you can see, this car is that stock. It still has a plastic tray for the battery, which is wild. I don't think I've actually ever seen that before. So now we've got a better understanding. So see this here, this is actually plastic, unfortunately. So it's a bit of a muck around. You can't just throw a bolt in and plug it that way. So we're gonna take this off. We'll put the door stopper on that. And then this was the vacuum line that you've got to block off. It goes all the way to there, if it'll focus. So we'll put the little nub on that. It's just a little, if you've seen what SR20 intake manifolds look like, they've just got a few barbs sticking out of it. Now we've got more room to that. We'll start by taking this side off, and then we can take this off as one big piece. And then it is as easy as block, 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 and then hopefully we can get an angry pigeon coming out of that thing. So that's the crossover pipe off. So now our SR20 looks a lot more like an SR20, and that is, now you can see the VCT notch in it. So you can block this here. Obviously it's better to block it there. It looks a lot nicer to get rid of that. So I'm probably gonna take this into cooler piping off if it's easy to get access to, and then I'll block it actually in this elbow here. But now we've gotten that broken there, I can take this out as well, and I'm also taking that off too. So it was a little bit of mucking around, but honestly, it's not too bad. The hoses are old, so just use WD-40, makes life a lot easier. So all I use is pliers, 10mm and an 8mm for the hoses that were hard to get in with a flathead, and also a flathead. But now you can see that we've got the whole unit out, so this is where it mounts to. So there's two bolts there, and then there is this vac line barb there. So we'll cap that, and then we'll cap this one as well too, that goes on that crossover pipe. And then obviously we still got to get to that. But this is what the unit looks like out of the car. So obviously there's a bit of tomfoolery going on here. So we'll use all of these hose clamps as well, because I'm doing this on the cheap. And I didn't want to buy new ones. But we'll start by putting this bloke on here. And he's going to sit on that barb. Hopefully it's the right size. Yeah, close enough. Once I get a hose clamp on there, it should be right. And then with this, I've got the door stopper out in the sun, just sitting there now, trying to get a bit of warmth into it because it's a very close fit. So I just want to get it warmed up. Then I'll cut it short. We'll put that on there. We'll barb that off. Then that whole side is done, and then we can move over to here. So let's bloody get into it. So next we're just going to put the barb on. Alternatively, in the past too, if you want to be even cheaper, you can use this line here, the factory line, and you can get a bolt, jam it in there, and then obviously put that factory circlip back over it. I'm trying to be somewhat proper with this. Normally they sell smaller ones, I just couldn't find them, so I'm hoping, this is a bit big, I'm hoping with the clamp down of the force I can get that little barb on, but if not, I will just throw, I'm just gonna throw a bloody bolt back in that back line, but this should work. And then just be mindful what side you put this on, so you wanna actually be able to reach it. All right, so we've got that blocked off in there. I think that should work for now. We'll see how it goes. So now this side has all been done. So I think I'm gonna take this air box off just to get more access in here. So it just unclips. There's a couple around there, and we can take that off. Alright, so now I've got that off there. There's this little metal retainer that sits in there from factory. There's also one here that goes into the silicon. That's for a backline. So we've got this out here. Now our next decision is, what are we going to do? Are we going to use this cap here? Are we going to use this cap here? Or my fancy bougie one? Now, obviously with plastic, it can definitely melt. There's a bit of heat that goes in that area. But looking at the ID, the inner diameter, this here is going to be the closest. So I'm going to use this. This is also metal, so I'm glad I actually did buy this. It's about a 30 mil hole. So we'll test and see if this actually fits in there, which it actually slots in perfectly. So we're going to use that. We'll go for the metal door stopper, and then we'll put a hose clamp on that. We'll put this back together. I'm not going to film that because that's a bit boring, but now we've blocked that, and then this will be blocked soon. So hopefully we're nearly there. Alrighty, so everything is back together now, as we can see. So it's a lot neater. Looks like an actual SR20. Battery's back in. Fixed my radio because the positive terminal had come loose. So now I've got a radio again. That's sick. And like I said at the start of the video, still got the stock airbox in, so I don't expect this to be too loud. Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see if it starts first of all. Will it start? Because I don't have a very good history of cars. Alrighty, so this car's been warm anyway. We've got a slight VCT rattle. So we can hear a little bit of a flutter. This car was already warmed up too, so don't go yelling at me. Again, doesn't have a front mount, doesn't have pod filter, so it could definitely be louder. So I'm just gonna pop the air intake open to see if that makes it any louder. All right, so we've got this one open now. Let's see if that sounds any better. Mission successful. Alright, I wasn't too happy with the noise just then because it was just free revving, so I'm going to take it for a drive now, put some load on it and see if it makes any louder induction noises. I'm not expecting it to. Again, doesn't have pub filter, no intercooler or anything, but we'll take it for a drive now and see if it's any louder. Righty, so we are going to see what this thing sounds like now. I'll turn the aircon off. This has got a clutch fan, it's got everything on it still, which makes a bit of engine noise, I guess, but we'll give it a go and see if it actually flutters. You gotta find that sweet spot, but it definitely does. Go again. Woo! It is such a cute little baby turbo noise. You might not even be able to hear it on camera. Ooh, nice skyline, by the way. Again, I don't know if this is actually picking up the noise, but this is fun. Like, it makes this car a bit more fun again, because like I said, it doesn't make any noise at the moment. It's my daily, and I want to do stuff to it, but I don't want to do stuff that isn't reversible, because I've said a few times now I want to keep this car stock. But I think that's pretty impressive just for a couple of dollars to be able to get that noise. So I'm happy with that. I also want to note too that I think this car is actually feeling a lot faster now, so I believe that I must have had a vacuum leak or a boost leak somewhere, and now the car actually feels a lot faster. And if you have me on Instagram, or I think I've even said it on YouTube before, but I've complained about how slow this thing feels, and I think it literally just had a boost leak. So a trick you can do to check for boost leaks as well, which I didn't do and was going to do on this, was just by spraying brake clean all over the intercooler piping, and if it revs up higher, then you know that you've got a boost leak. So it's a good little trick to keep in mind. Alright, so we just pulled back home now. You can really tell in the video the noise, but it's definitely there. So I know the camera didn't pick it up much, but it's basically mission successful. So it's made this car a lot more enjoyable. Fixed a boost leak as well that I didn't know about, which is a bonus. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that for a couple of dollars you can turn your stock turbo car, whatever it is. Obviously this was more directed at SR20s or S chassis, but the concept is the same. Couple bucks, you can block stuff off, get creative from Bunnings or your local hardware store. Plumbing section's the best for it, and make your car a bit more enjoyable. I will probably get a pod filter at some point just to exaggerate the noise, I guess, but again, I'm trying to keep this car stockish. But if you have a different car that isn't an SR20 or S chassis, what you can do, the concept's the same. There's going to be a reference that goes to your intake. It's going to go to the factory bypass valve. There will be another one back here to your intercooler piping on your intake side, and then it's just going to have a vac line that runs to somewhere in your throttle body. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So if you made it to the end of the video, appreciate it heaps. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff that goes with it. But let me know what you want to see next done to this car, because like I said, I don't want to modify it that much, but I'm kind of slowly getting the urge too. So yeah, appreciate it if you made it to the end, and I'll see you next time.